Naomi's 16 years old, aren't you? Now, you are actually featured in the book.
That's right, and she's on the cover as well. So.
She's on the cover as well. Now, she's actually... do you want to come forward a bit so we can have a good look at you? Why does she make a good cover girl?
She's got an amazing personality, apart from being very pretty. She's incredibly professional. I mean, even at 15, she was turning up on sessions with bagfuls of gear and, you know...
Hi, I'm Angel. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. If you want to see how I go from this to this, inspired by the one and only Naomi Campbell, 90s supermodel glam, keep watching. Today's inspiration is the one and only Naomi Campbell, because when you think of 90s supermodel, you think of her. Don't lie. So we're trying to recreate this look, but a little subtle, you know, a little 2020 friendly. We don't want it to be too harsh. It's very straightforward, so if you aren't a makeup person, you can still achieve this look. Let's start off with skincare. I like to use Avène Thermal Spring Water before I apply skincare, because you don't want to do it to a dry face, not completely dry, because the products won't penetrate. And I'm going to use CosRX Mucilin Snail Power, 1 pump, since this is a matte look. Then I'm going to go in with Avène Calm Restore Oat Gel Moisturizer. All of my products are fragrance free. I have sensitive skin and you really do not need fragrance in your products. So I would suggest avoiding it at all costs. My hair wants to lift up. And lastly, SPF, of course. Regular La Roche-Posay. Feeling hydrated. This is a matte look, but I still encourage doing skincare beforehand. You don't want to be a complete raisin. You want it to be like a glow within kind of matte. I know what you're thinking. She must smoke hella weed, that's why her lips are so black.
I do not want to comment.
Why? Why?
But, in fact, I just have severe hyperpigmentation. I mean, let's be honest, SPF was not a thing in the black community.
Anyways.
You want sunscreen?
What's this? This just regular ass Aveeno.
But we have wisened up and I'm gonna use it now. I was crazy. I was in the hottest of places for months at a time, like Seychelles for over a month, Trinidad for over a month, Grenada, Uganda. Never used a lick of SPF, but it's a new day and I'll use SPF and it's amazing. And we're gonna work on this hyperpigmentation. I'm gonna go in with a color correct, which is Fenty. It's not a color correct, it's Fenty in 450, but it has an orange undertone, so I'm just going to call it a color corrector, but it's a regular concealer. Just around the mouth, and I like to just shape the eyebrows from underneath because I do not have a lot of eyebrows, but also it's a 90s look, so it's working in my favor today. And I blend this out with a brush. It's just a number 7 brush, so you can already see how amazing the color correction is. And I literally had one swipe and I didn't even use it all. I kind of just used what was left for the whole face. And there's a lot of hyperpigmentation here for me as well, so I do put the color corrector. Next, I go in with Kevyn Aucoin concealer. Now this concealer is no joke. It's so thick. I use only, like, when I say a small little, I literally just do a tap because it is crazy thick. And I actually put my concealer on before my foundation just because this one is very thick and I like to do a kind of reverse contour type vibe. I like to just do a line of demarcation for structured cheekbone, and I use products sparingly, like one dip is enough. And try and always go in an upward direction. Give yourself a facelift. I don't even wet my beauty blender. I just go in. And this is all before foundation. Blend, blend, blend. Next, I'm going to go in with my foundation, which is Pat McGrath in the shade 33. I wanted 34 because of my hyperpigmentation, but they told me in Selfridges that that's a reach and that I should be using 33 and just color correct until my hyperpigmentation is fixed. So, I mean, I'm not a makeup artist. They told me what to do. I just do one pump. It makes you just look healthy. We don't want a line of demarcation. So keep blending. And this is why I like to get ready in natural light, because you don't want to play yourself. I actually go in with Fenty again after my foundation. And again, you want to do it in a facelift type direction. The 90s was the best. When I see the 90s, anything 90s related, I think, I was gonna say I wish I was born. I was born, but you know, I wish I was old enough to enjoy it, but there was also a lot of madness that was happening, so let me not act like everything was cute. Supermodel glam is essentially soft glam, isn't it? This part here, I always do concealer here just to add a stronger cheekbone, especially if we're doing Naomi Campbell. Her cheekbones are unmatched. So in order to, you know, get a tiny resemblance, we're gonna have to do a lot of lines of demarcation. I'm now going in with Fenty in Ebony, the matchstick. I draw around my entire face and a little lip line, and then nose. I use the other end of the brush. This is like for the dark side, this is just regular foundation. And I do my nose first just because you don't want too much product while you get to the nose. So do the nose and eyes first. Blends out seamlessly. For a matte concealer, it really does blend out very seamlessly. Then we go to the cheekbones next, because again, we don't want too much product in this area. The forehead and chin, it doesn't really matter. Blend, blend, blend. No lines of demarcation in Jesus' name. This is actually quite a quick look. And poor Naomi Campbell always had to do her own makeup, because you know they tried to have us looking casket ready in the 90s. If you were dark skinned, bruh, there was no complexions for you. Then you can just go in with the other side, which is the foundation side, so it marries. Doing well so far. Base is everything. Look at this. If anyone tells you you wear too much makeup, just tell them, shut it, Shanice. Some of us are ugly. If the light is fluctuating, it's because I like to film in daylight. What is this? This is a drugstore. Maybelline New York, fit me. Whoever says Maybelline New York? No one. Maybelline, fit me. This is a very bright colour, but we are doing a 90s look. I have no 30, which seems very bright for my complexion, but it works. Again, just one dip. Because I always see people going in, and I'm like, do you need to do all that? It's not that deep. Facelift. Facelift. Brow lift. I really think the way you position the concealer. Are we going again to make your cheekbone fully? Just move it around. Have fun with it, girl. So this is why I only use one pump. You could just spread things around. You don't want to overly do it. And remember, if you're my complexion as well, this color you want to use sparingly. And let's go in with the beauty blender. Nose first, because again, if you do other areas, you'll get too much product on your nose when you just want a little slither in the middle. Can you see what doing that does when you add the concealer there? It just does a little. I think we're looking good. We're looking very 90s. This is a straightforward tutorial. Feel free to at me if I'm making it complicated, but I need to pee. I drank so much water today. Oh my goodness. And I'm gonna hold it just for you. You actually really shouldn't hold your pee. See how light that was, the concealer, but it blends perfectly. Makeup is about marrying. Like, you could literally use your white friend's makeup if you're dark skinned and figure it out. I've done that before. And I did not even look casket ready and there was no flashback. Because I blend, blend, blend. Understanding makeup is a vibe. And a necessity. Don't think you can bypass the glow up. I didn't even tell you the colour of Kevin Aquan. It was XS13. That's one that you use a little poke. Now I'm going to go in with a powder. So Fenty Pro Filter in 498. Rich. We love it. We're grateful that such a colour exists these days, because before we were out here using eyeshadow, black eyeshadow. Again, this is the 90s, so we're doing all sorts of chisels. I'm gonna go in a little heavier than my normal look because I don't think we're contoured enough. I'm gonna do some here because I feel like the 90s was a lot of neutral tones, but they look snatched in the best possible way. So we're gonna add a little more snatch than usual. Blend upwards. Don't blend down and make your face look like the moon emoji. Blend upwards. Keep the chisel. You're a 90s supermodel, honey. I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm not a makeup girl. I love clothes. So it isn't always my favorite thing to do, but I think I figured out the secret. This is basic Rimmel press powder, and I actually use, I feel like I sound like an Australian. I use a flat brush. All my brushes are number 7. Just a flat one like this. I don't know the name of this kind of brush. I like to start with the cheek because again, this is the 90s, honey. We gotta be chiseled AF. In fact, this might not be giving what it's supposed to give. We might have to go in with Fenty, but let me set it with this first. But I personally am not seeing a difference. I usually use this with my normal look because I don't like to powder too hard. But it's the 90s. We gotta go in a little harder, don't we? So I've grabbed Fenty Pro Filter powder in honey because I think we need to be a bit louder and bolder with this bake because that's what Naomi would do. So now we're looking super matte. Going back in again with Fenty, and I just like to use it as an eyeshadow, like a cut crease vibe, but of course not a cut crease. I think we're just gonna let this sit for a bit. Fenty Cream Contour Cheek Out in Daiquiri Dip because I think it will enhance. If we do matte, if we add a cream first and then mattify it, that's gonna, you know? And I really feel like they put it on their nose. Naomi looks like she has it on her nose. Like across here and like across the whole entire face. I have such a strong face that it's like, I can go from 0 to Iron Man real quick, but this is the point of this video. We want it to be over the top. Bronzer, Fenty bronzer in Mocha Mami because we're doing the most today. Super red and over the top, but it will all make sense at the end. Don't worry. I see you sweating. Have faith. And we go back again. You don't want to lose your facelift. Flick. Because the 90s, they always have the best cat eye. My eyes aren't as almond, so I'm gonna just flick it so we have those lovely Naomi Campbell shaped eyes. Just on the corner, I'm not even gonna go in crazy. Like, it's been a while since I've done eyeliner, so you know when you get nervous, like someone's watching you, well, you guys are watching me, but like when you put on lashes as well, is it just me? Don't get discouraged when things don't look perfect because makeup is so fun. You play around, it always works out in the end. This is Urban Decay Lash Freak. My eyelashes are so fine. Like I couldn't even put on a fake lash without putting on mascara first because it would have nothing to hold on to. I am not an eyebrow person at all because I don't have any, so I just always just hope for the best. The benefit, I find it quite easy. We can't have it all, so that's fine. I'm not going to get microblading because I don't like anything that's too much upkeep, and I don't know. I don't think it'll work on me like that. This is looking a bit, but whatever. Let's keep going. I always talk to God when I do eyebrows because he knows I struggle. Complexion is my vibe, but eyebrows, I mean, I know we're getting there, we're getting there. I actually use mascara on my eyebrows because they're just so small and non-existent. This is a kind of dried out one though. Like, that's the best I can do. Eyebrows are not my forte. It's making me nervous. It's making me sweat. Okay, now let's fine tune before we do lips. Blend out all your remaining powder. Any area that you feel is weird, go back in with your foundation brush because it always has the residue. But I think we're doing well. I'm actually going to put eyeliner. I felt like they would just leave it like this and go about their day, but we're not going to do that. I'm also going to use Antique Velvet, which is the closest like deep brown, reddish brown that MAC have. And then a little ombre vibe. We're going to put a liquid lipstick in the middle because we want to be matte. And this is Morphe. Colour is Sweet Tea. How lovely is this colour? The year is 1994. And I'm about to walk for Dolce. Do we like these lips? I think we do. I think we need a little more bake. Because my skin type is dry, I'm like borderline eczema-y. I usually don't bake as much, but it's the 90s. I don't go crazy with lashes because my eye shape just doesn't take them. This is a 3/4 lash and it's Eylure, regular drugstore lash. Have you noticed that the Eylure glue has now become as strong as Duo? Duo glue is stronger than most relationships. You cannot take that off at the end of the night. You really have to use a Q-tip with some micellar water because it doesn't want to go anywhere. So lashes are on. I think we're pretty much good to go. Artist Boutique is called Diamond Glow Powder. I'm gonna add that, just such a small amount. This is a matte look. Just to the nose, to the bridge. That's how I fake dewiness because I'm such a raisin. So it adds a little shine. Well, we're done here. Thank you for watching. Let me know anything else you want to see. I hope it was straightforward and I'm giving you 90s glam, supermodel glam. So channel the super model within with this look, sweeties. It's been fun.